Tonight on News 5 Live, a motorcycle accident leaves a 55-year-old man badly injured amid allegations that an ambulance was very late in responding. A spate of robberies is recorded over the weekend when thieves struck courts and the Curzal Free Zone. The Belize government lotteries explains why 11 was sold out on Sunday. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
My name is Monica Ramclam. I'm the proud owner of Wide Awake Cafe. I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. The services I use the most is the Belize Bank eCash and the POS machine. Here at Wide Awake Cafe, we try to give customers a variety of payment options. When I went to open my Belize Bank account, the POS machine was offered to me. The service was very easy and fast. I only had to sign the papers, and the day of opening my POS machine was here and ready for customers to use. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank services to small business owners because it's very convenient and the customer service is excellent.
The Public Utilities Commission continues to drive changes for Belize's utility and ICT sectors by creating new regulations and updating existing laws and rules to elevate the legal framework for water, telecommunication, and electricity. Overall, our work at PUC allows for better protection of consumers and the environment, a comprehensive integration of renewable energy sources into the national power grid, assures businesses continuity of utilities, promote competition and investments, and enhances national development in Belize. PUC, transforming the utility and ICT sectors by modernizing the regulatory framework.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speed flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
No, I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
Get ready for the 55th Annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, live from beautiful Placencia, Belize. Join us as Belize hosts this prestigious event, showcasing its rich blend of cultures, pristine natural beauty, and warm hospitality. Tune in to Channel 5 for the opening ceremony on Monday, August 12th at 7 p.m. and the 35th Caribbean Media Awards on Tuesday, August 13th at 7 p.m. It'll also stream on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss this exciting opportunity to celebrate excellence in Caribbean broadcasting. The 55th Annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union and the 35th Caribbean Media Awards, live on Channel 5.
Child marriage is not just a legal issue. It's a matter of human rights and a form of gender-based violence. It often emerges from cultural beliefs and influence of closed-minded relatives, depriving children of their basic human rights to freedom, security, education, and a voice.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live from Monday, August 12th. I am Elise Gayon Vernon. We begin tonight's newscast with a report of a serious traffic accident that has left a man in critical condition at the KHMH and another with a police charge. The accident happened sometime after 7 on Friday night near mile 13 on the Philip Golson Highway. While the police have not yet released details, there's plenty for us to share on the incident, including reports that the ambulance service was very late in responding because of mechanical failure. Burt Ambulance had no comment when we called them today, but a relative of the victim said that critical time was lost due to the delay in getting their loved one to the hospital. It took the efforts of an employee of Channel 5 who is trained in first aid, along with 2 doctors who happened to be at the scene, to stop the patient, Alfred Garbut, from bleeding out at the scene. We'll hear from his sister later, but we report first on the man charged in connection with the accident. The allegation is that a sales manager, 43-year-old Dennis Lawrence Johnson, was driving a white Toyota Hilux pickup truck under the influence of alcohol when he collided with the back of Garbut's motorcycle, sending the 55-year-old cyclist crashing violently onto the pavement. Today, Johnson appeared in the magistrate's court and was bailed on a charge of negligent grievous harm, pending additional charges. No plea was taken, and the prosecution informed the court that the police are expected to charge Johnson with failure to provide specimen. Today, Garbut's sister, Carla Garbut, told News 5 that the family is now preparing fundraisers to cover her brother's mounting hospital bills.
He had his foot broken and he was bleeding very fast. Okay. And the ambulance that we called broke down. Thanks to Dr. Emilio from camp and a young lady from Channel 5 and a doctor, another doctor, I don't know his name, and another lady that was in Orange. They assist, but there's those three medical people, they stopped his bleeding because the ambulance broke down. And it was for maybe an hour and a half. And so Mr. Emilio had to take his little stuff that he had to prepare him, and from there the ambulance came. But the ambulance was very, very late. We did do some fundraising and things because the first night he billed that $1,000. Then he's in ICU. So it's $500 a night, and we don't have it. And every 3 days we get one bill for $1,500. So we are doing some bread and bun today. Yeah, and Saturday we are going to do a barbecue sale.
Anyone wishing to support the family can contact Carla Garbutt at cell number 611-4883. In crime news, a band of daring thieves armed with guns targeted Court's Belmopan branch earlier this morning. The burglars managed to carry out the plan undetected after they ambushed the company's security guard and tied him up. 7 gun-toting thieves ambushed the guard before the crack of dawn and stole an assortment of valuables, including laptops, cell phones, and money. The total value of the heist is still not have been determined, and ACP Romero says investigators are reviewing surveillance footage to help solve the crime.
Around 4:30 a.m., police responded to a report of a burglary at the court's building in Belmopan. Upon arrival, the security guard reported he was performing duties when he was approached by 7 male persons armed with firearms. They held him up, tied him, and thereafter they proceeded to break into the building. They broke into the building and stole an assortment of cellular phones, laptops, and some cash that it was in a safe. Investigation into this report continues at this time. We are working to get the value of all the items. They are doing an inventory to see all what was stolen.
Thieves were also busy up north as a business at the Curzal Free Zone was broken into. The businessman told police that when he arrived at his store, he discovered that the bars securing the business were tampered with. Further checks confirmed his worst fears that the thief or thieves had forced open a safe that contained an undisclosed amount of cash. ACP Romero says investigators are trying to determine who the perpetrators are.
On Sunday, the 11th day of August 2024, police responded to a burglary report at the Free Zone in the Curzal district. Upon their arrival, Mauro Buenfield reported that he was alerted by someone that his business place was broken into. He made checks and saw that the burglar bar and the metal door of the building were damaged and entry had been gained. He made checks inside his business place where he found out that a safe containing a large amount of cash was broken into and all the cash therein was stolen. Investigation into this matter continues.
Police are looking for 2 suspects in connection with an armed robbery in Cayo district that has left 2 vegetable vendors wounded and without their van and cell phones. The incident happened just as the men arrived home in their van on Saturday. That was when the gunmen pounced on them, stole an amount of cash and their phones before beating them and taking the van. Head of the Eastern Division, ACP Gilberto Romero, told reporters today that police are following several leads.
On Saturday, the 10th day of August 2024, police responded to a report at Tikete village in the Cayo district, where they met Saulo Mantar and Miguel Cobo, who were seen with injuries. Saulo Mantar reported that he was in his van in the Hillview area of St. Helena when he was approached by two male persons armed with firearms. They were taken back into a Ford van that they were in, and thereafter the two persons drove off with them to an area. Mantar reported that they arrived at a particular area in Tikettle where they were taken out of the van and they were severely beaten with metal pipes. Thereafter, the male persons robbed both of them of cell phone, cash, and they also stole the van. Thereafter, the male persons fled from the area in the van. They received treatment and are in a stable condition. We are seeking two suspects in regards to this robbery.
The lifeless body of a man was found floating in the sea near Punta Gorda town on Saturday. A post-mortem examination is still pending, but police say no sign of foul play was visible on the body of Victor Ball. ACP Romero said today that the 23-year-old was seen socializing only the night before his body was discovered.
On Saturday, the 10th day of August 2024, Punta Gorda police responded to a report of a body floating in the sea on Front Street. Upon the arrival, they saw the lifeless body of a male person. The body was retrieved, taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Thereafter, the body was identified of that as Victor Ball, 23 years, Belizean of Punta Gorda town. There were no signs of any injuries on the body.
Can you say when was the last time he was seen alive?
He was seen the night before. He was consuming alcoholic beverages, and thereafter his body was found.
Coming up, GoFundMe for shark attack victim raises over $100,000 US.
Hey there, Digi customer. Are you ready to win? Download the DigiPoints app and start earning today. To download, simply search DigiPoints in your App Store or Google Play Store. Then click download or install. Once your download is complete, open the DigiPoints app to register. DigiGo account holders can then log in your DigiGo credentials. If you do not yet have an account, fill in your information in a few simple steps, and you're all set up. You will receive a verification code via SMS. Enter that code and begin to earn and win. Now being a Digi customer is better than ever. Download the DigiPoints app today.
Look here, your kitchen light there and you've been in the kitchen.
But I'm going back in there right now.
And the coffee maker?
Just to try keep me the coffee warm for later.
Where do you know?
I'll try to think about what to eat.
You know the more you open or close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool. For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now?
No.
Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC, the blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, You burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
Get ready for the 55th Annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, live from beautiful Placencia, Belize. Join us as Belize hosts this prestigious event, showcasing its rich blend of cultures, pristine natural beauty, and warm hospitality. Tune in to Channel 5 for the opening ceremony on Monday, August 12th at 7 p.m. and the 35th Caribbean Media Awards on Tuesday, August 13th at 7 p.m. It'll also stream on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss this exciting opportunity to celebrate excellence in Caribbean broadcasting. The 55th Annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union and the 35th Caribbean Media Awards, live on Channel 5.
We all know about the phasing out of single-use plastics and the enactment of pollution from the plastics regulations. One of the key components in this regulation states that for an item to be considered biodegradable, it must consist of more than 50% of bio-based content. Here, you will find out how the Department of the Environment determines what items meet the criteria and what equipment is being used to guide that process.
Since 2019, the Department of the Environment has been working with CFAS in doing microplastics. Through this project, CFAS has donated 2 microscope Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy equipment to strengthen capacities on monitoring and enforcement to reduce marine litter and plastic pollution. The FTIR can be used to identify unknown materials. The Department of the Environment will use the equipment to determine the composition of single-use plastics and biodegradable products to enforce the environmental protection, pollution from plastics regulations.
While we have a long way to go with the implementation of the pollution from plastics regulation, having this equipment is one step closer. For more information on what's being done about biodegradables and ways you can help, visit our website at www.doe.gov.bz.
Who will be this year's National Song Competition winner for 2024? Who will walk away with $20,000? It's all happening at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts starting at 8 p.m. on Friday, August 16th. The panel of esteemed judges will be looking for originality, melody, lyrics, arrangement, harmony, vocal and stage performance, production, and overall appeal. There will be second and third place winners. Come see the 7 finalists' dynamic performances. Sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science and Technology, the National Institute of Culture and History NICH, the National Celebrations Commission, and the Institute of Creative Arts, ICA.
Land by the sea, beautiful with the trees and valleys. Culture rich, we the one big family.
Belize City Chicken Express, with spacious parking and air conditioning, has the widest variety of delicious chicken dishes to satisfy your every craving. You've been asking, and we heard you. Our Belize City branch is now open until 8 p.m. Chicken Express, with the unique taste of quality chicken.
It's the return of your favorite Tuesday night entertainment. KTV The Remix Season 6 is here. Join us for an exciting night and a chance to win fabulous prizes. Plus compete in our halftime challenge. Get your tickets for just $5 Available at Channel 5 and Coney Drive in 88 Shopping Center. Can't make it in person? No problem. Watch it live on Channel 5 or stream it on Facebook and YouTube. The fun starts at 8 p.m. at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. KTV The Remix Season 6. It's hot, it's live, and it's only on 5.
It may have happened in the past. A Bolito and lottery agent announces that there can be no more sale of a certain number for a particular draw. But for the first time since the Belize Government Lotteries Limited introduced a software system 5 months ago, a notice is given to all agents to end the sale of a number. That is, once enough pieces of that number have been sold for that draw. It happened on Sunday. It appeared that too many lottery buyers invested in the number 11, and when the threshold was reached, the system automatically generated a notice across the country. Today, the managing director of the Belize Government Lotteries Limited, Janelle Espat, said that it's really nothing new, just the software system. But how many pieces of a number can be purchased before that number is struck off the list? A lot.
Under the previous management of the Bonito, shop owners would simply inform players that a number was sold out and no longer available for purchase. But what we have done at BGLL is that we have implemented a feature within our software program. And that feature provides an automatic notice when a number has reached its limit and is no longer available for purchase. So it would not allow for the sale of that number to be made once it has reached the limit. So it's simply just a safeguard that we have put in place to minimize the risk of any very significant loss.
How many pieces of any number is allowed to be sold before you can say it's sold out?
For the ordinary lottery, it's about 205,000 pieces. So it's a very high threshold. That would translate to winnings of close to $2.5 million, somewhere around there.
And you're saying that you reached that threshold on Sunday for the number 11?
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Over 200,000 pieces of the number 11 were sold on Sunday.
Last week, a teenager was severely injured while scuba diving in Belize, resulting in the loss of her leg. Today, she turns to the public for support following the traumatic incident. According to reports, 15-year-old Annabelle Carlson had completed a dive between Half Moon and Hat Key when she decided to return to the water for a final swim. It was at that point that the teenager was violently attacked by a shark. Carlson was flown to Ryder Trauma Center at Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami, where she remains in pediatric intensive care and is scheduled for at least one more surgery on her leg. To lighten the financial load, a family friend has launched a GoFundMe campaign for Carlson's treatment. The page for the campaign reads, quote, "The quick action from the emergency response team in Belize saved her life. They were able to stabilize her, at which point she was medically flown to the United States and is currently receiving care at the top trauma center. Annabelle will have a very long road of recovery ahead of her," end quote. The GoFundMe page aims to raise $250,000 US, of which over $155,000 has been met. The Belmopan Humane Society is warning Belizeans to avoid conducting business with people who pose a potential risk to the well-being of animals in the country. Recently, U.S. National Abigail O'Keefe was flagged by the Society for the Prevention, that is, of Cruelty to Animals for owning over 100 animals that were either dying or critically ill. O'Keefe then abandoned the animals and relocated to Belize, where she is seemingly attempting to purchase animals for a new farm. News 5's Brittany Gordon spoke with Belmopan Humane Society today for more details on the dangers of this practice. Here's that story.
Upon encountering a hungry or injured dog, there are many people who would take the time to care for the animal, offering food, shelter, and possibly a home. But can the same be said for a wounded chicken or an abandoned horse? Often, livestock animals are not afforded the same sympathy as domesticated animals. And Diamne Habet, Vice Chair of the Belmopan Humane Society, says that organizations often struggle to find resources to rehabilitate them.
There aren't many resources for livestock in Belize when it comes to horses that you see on the side of the road that should be watered daily but are left there for 2 to 3 days without water and grazing on nothing but grass and not getting the full nutritional aspects that an adult horse requires. When you're seeing horses where you can see their ribs, they are reported to the Humane Society, but the Humane Society doesn't have the resources to give aid, so we tend to report them to our municipal council to see if they can render aid. The most aid we can do legally is offer feed and water to an animal left in that kind of conditions.
The Belmopan Humane Society has taken a proactive approach to avoid cruelty to livestock animals. Late last month, Abigail O'Keefe made several posts across multiple Belizean Facebook pages expressing interest in farm animals and equipment. However, O'Keefe recently found herself in hot water after her farm in the U.S. was discovered to have over 100 sick or dying animals that she later abandoned in her relocation to Belize.
That's how this person came on our radar in the first place. Media sources that covered the incident that happened in the U.S. and knowing that this person fled to Belize and had the plans to basically reopen a farm here in Belize was very concerning to us, because while there is an RSPCA where she is from that was able to rally the community and was able to save these animals, the consequences, if that were to happen to Belize, would be far more devastating. We simply would not have the resources available to save 100 farm animals in particular. Humane societies and rescue groups in Belize tend to focus on domestic animals. So having the resources to rescue 100 goat, chickens, sheep, anything in that range, I can't even foresee something like that being possible for a community in Belize to do.
Belize's Animal Cruelty Act offers minimal protection for the care of livestock, with fines of $100 for the torture, ill treatment, overwork, or neglect to feed livestock animals. Habet explained that not only does this fee do little to deter the mistreatment of animals, but the laws are also rarely enforced in communities.
If she could remain under the radar for that long, to the point where it got to such horrifying conditions, and still advertise to have people go to her farm, still make money off of it, then in our country it would be absolutely devastating.
The Belize Humane Society encourages the public to do its part in ensuring the well-being of animals by staying current with vaccines and spaying and neutering animals in their care. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
After the break, fragments of hope shows the devastating effects of climate change on corals. But first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Welcome to Design Depot, home of Sherwin-Williams Paint. Sherwin-Williams Paint is one of the most reputable paints in the industry, known for its superior quality, durability, and environmentally friendly technology. We carry a large variety of products for all your home and commercial needs, such as interior and exterior paints, primers, wood stains, sealers, clear top coats, caulking, aerosols, concrete, and masonry products. Achieve professional looking results with ease using Sherwin-Williams paint and coating. Design Depot, all in one place.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speed flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Get ready for the 55th Annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, live from beautiful Placencia, Belize. Join us as Belize hosts this prestigious event, showcasing its rich blend of cultures, pristine natural beauty, and warm hospitality. Tune in to Channel 5 for the opening ceremony on Monday, August 12th at 7 p.m. and the 35th Caribbean Media Awards on Tuesday, August 13th at 7 p.m. It'll also stream on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss this exciting opportunity to celebrate excellence in Caribbean broadcasting. The 55th Annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union and the 35th Caribbean Media Awards, live on Channel 5.
The Office of the Prime Minister invites you to the National MSME Roadshow 2024. Join us for free workshops in marketing using AI, finance, business planning, and customer service. Connect with financial institutions for access to finance opportunities, meet with key government agencies, and showcase your business at the Roadshow Expo in an effort to get more locals to buy Belizean. We will be in Orange Walk Town, June 13th to the 15th, PG, June 27th to the 29th, Corozal, July 11th to the the 13th, Benque, July 25th to the 27th, San Pedro, August 15th to the 17th, Key Cocker, August 23rd to the 24th, Belmopan, August 29th to the 31st, Hopkins, September 13th to the 14th, San Ignacio, September 26th to the 28th, Tangriga, October 10th to the 12th, Placencia, October 18th to the 19th, and Belize City, October 24th to the 26th. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Beltrade or call us at 880-3737. Sign up today for the National MSME Roadshow. Let's get your business on the road.
The CB100 is efficient, durable, and has enhanced smart power. Being a Honda, of course, it's reliable and fuel efficient. Get around town with no worries because you get up to 100 miles to the gallon. And it's priced at an unbeatable $2,700. Honda CB100, available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
MacNav Visual Strategies, where creativity meets business. Step inside our world of innovative visual solutions. From captivating graphic design to expansive wide format productions, our services are tailored to bring your vision to life. Experience the impact of our high-quality signage and billboards, embroidery, promotional items, and professional paper printing, all designed to elevate your brand's presence. Every project reflects our commitment to creativity, quality, and client satisfaction. At MacNav Visual Strategies, we transform ideas into visual realities. Get in touch today.
It's the return of your favorite Tuesday night entertainment. KTV The Remix Season 6 is here. Join us for an exciting night and a chance to win fabulous prizes. Plus compete in our halftime challenge. Get your tickets for just $5. Available at Channel 5 and Coney Drive and 88 Shopping Center. Can't make it in person? No problem. Watch it live on Channel 5 or stream it on Facebook and YouTube. The fun starts at 8 p.m. at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. KTV The Remix Season 6. It's hot, it's live, and it's only on 5.
Climate change and the environment are taking center stage at the 55th Caribbean Broadcasting Union's annual general meeting in Belize. In collaboration with the regional organization, the Caribbean Climate Change Community Center is hosting a group of journalists from across the region to discuss the importance of climate reporting. News 5's Paul Lopez has been in Placencia since Saturday. On Sunday, he joined the delegation on a trip to Laughing Bird Key, where he saw firsthand how a non-governmental organization is fighting back against the impact of climate change on one of the world's most valuable ecosystems, coral reefs. Here is that report.
Coral reefs play an important role in many aspects. They provide coastal protection from storms and floods. Coral reefs also contribute to economies across the world, particularly through the tourism industry.
Without the barrier reef, the storms that we would get in this area would devastate the islands, the coastlines. And so for us, corals play a very important role when it comes to climate change because we know that they absorb carbon and they also slow down the storm, the wave action and so forth. And they provide food and livelihood to many of the people on the coastlines. I mean, there are so many tourists that we get just coming out here just to see the corals that we have.
Belize has the largest barrier reef or the largest coral reef system in the northern hemisphere. It is under threat from coral bleaching.
The way how coral bleaching works is, first of all, corals are an animal, they're animals. and there's an algae, which is a plant that lives inside the coral. Because they photosynthesize, they allow the corals to get the color that they have. When the temperatures get too hot for the corals and the algae say, you know what, boy, I gotta go. It's too hot. I can't stay in here anymore. And so they expel themselves from the coral, and the coral loses its color, and that's what the coral bleaching is. So, but when corals bleach, when you see that white, they're not technically dead. We here at Fragments of Hope consider corals dead when it's white, but you see like other algae growing on top of the coral.
As the world's temperature increases and affects climate change trends, corals are being exposed to severe heat. Coral bleaching has become a global crisis. Belize is no exception. Vernon says incidents of coral bleaching are now being recorded much earlier in the year than times before. The highly possible worst-case scenario, according to Dr. Colin Young, the executive director at the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, is the loss of 70 to 90% of the world's coral reef.
Ironically, you ask, because this year is one of the world's worst year for coral bleaching happening all over the world. Why? Because ocean temperatures have been the hottest they've ever been since recorded history. But more importantly, we're also working with organizations like Fragments of Hope, who I believe you also met yesterday, who are looking at how do you replant or repopulate reefs with climate-resistant varieties of corals. And while this is a very small-scale example, the idea is that it's a pilot, that once it is successful, it can be scaled up across the region.
One non-governmental organization is fighting back against the effects of climate change on corals. Fragments of Hope works to restore corals destroyed by natural disaster and impacted by coral bleaching. The organization's largest and longest standing nursery exists just off the coast of Laughing Bird Key. A media trip to the island gave reporters a first-hand look at their work.
What I can tell you will see personally today is 16-year-old palmatas, which are acroporides, 16-year-old standing elkhorns out here surviving from tremendous, devastation, whether if it's climate change with the natural disaster, whether it's, caused by human. It's still standing. After 16 years, we have standing outplanted corals out here. We also have very tiny, small baby fragmentation that we planted just right before the bleaching session last year that is actually still looking pretty much alive as well. When we choose genets to outplant, when we go and collect from what we call our mother coral, from different locations, whether if it's closer to shore, whether it's closer to the reef or in between the reef, because there's a big exchange whereby we take stuff from near shore out to the reef and from the reef inshore, simply to see how these coral genets and species are working with the different climate, the temperature, when we move them around.
Coral reefs are also home to a large variety of marine life, putting Belize's fisheries stock at risk of significant decline. Notwithstanding the work Fragments of Hope accomplished, Dr. Young says more must be done urgently.
These impacts are small and the scale is tiny. And if you think about the size of the reef, not just in Belize but across the region, there is no better way to stop this deterioration than for us to stop putting greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. We cannot adapt our way out of climate change. It's too costly, it's happening too fast, and these species have evolved under a certain set of stable conditions, stable climate, over a long period of time.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Dr. Young also spoke about the global impacts of climate change and the immediate actions that must be taken. He contends that Earth is on a trajectory to not only exceed the 1.5 degrees outlined in the Paris Agreement, but to potentially exceed 3 degrees within the next 8 decades. As a result, the current effects of climate change would be significantly magnified. Here's how he puts it.
Well, the UN has called climate change the single greatest threat to humanity. Our leaders across the region, pick your country, they will tell you that climate change is an existential threat. It is undermining our ability to meet our sustainable development agenda. And we are paying for it in lives and livelihoods. And worst of all, it is something that we did not cause. So it's a socially unjust issue as well. And the truth is, the absolute naked truth is that the world is heading in the wrong direction despite all of the public commitments that we've heard from those who are most responsible for causing climate change. The science is very clear when it comes to climate change. We know that in order for us to keep 1.5 alive, this temperature goal set by the Paris Agreement, that we have to cut emissions by 45% by 2030. So we have to transition away from fossil fuels to renewable energy. We have to look at transitioning away food and food production systems from fossil fuel energy. We have to electrify electricity. We have to move away from coal and go to things like wind and solar and so on. But in truth, when we look at all the promises and all the pledges that countries have made, COP29 is coming up in a couple of months. COP28 passed about 8 months ago. And we came back with some sense of hope that perhaps the world will do a little bit more faster. Ironically and unfortunately for us, they're not.
5Cs has entered a strategic partnership with the Caribbean Broadcasting Union to sponsor CBU Awards and host regional journalists in climate change workshops. This week, the organization is engaging a group of journalists from across the Caribbean in climate change-related topics. Ahead of the Caribbean Media Awards, Dr. Young spoke on the importance of this partnership.
The 5Cs has, based on the research we've done in the region, we have found out that there's a tremendous knowledge gap between those who work in climate change and regular persons on the ground, the farmers, the fisher folks, and those who work in areas that are vulnerable to climate change. And so the events with the CBU, the Caribbean Broadcasting Union, is intended to help bridge that knowledge gap by creating awareness and building awareness of Caribbean public towards climate change. Obviously, the stories and the reporting that you tell are absolutely important in helping to build that knowledge. And whether it's in print, whether it's digital, whether it's TV, whether it's news, it's important that journalists, in order for them to communicate effectively, understand the science of climate change in a way that they can engage audiences in an effective manner.
When we return, Benny's Hurricanes are the 2024 BEBL champions.
The Social Security Board, in collaboration with the Labor Department, takes this opportunity to remind insured persons of the requirements for compensation when on sick leave. Any employee who has worked with an employer for at least 2 months is entitled to 16 working days of sick leave with full pay every year. This is how it works. Upon approval of a sickness or injury benefit claim by SSD, 80% of the employee's weekly insurable earnings is paid as a Social Security benefit, and the difference in the employee's salary is paid by the employer. This is to ensure that the employee does not suffer any loss of wages when ill. After 16 days, compensation for sick leave is paid as a Social Security benefit only. Some conditions apply. This message is brought to you by the Social Security Board and the Labor Department. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
La formación del Centro Neurológico del Hospital Galenia es que esas enfermedades que son altamente complejas y que muchos de nuestros pacientes tenían que emigrar hacia otra parte de la República u otra parte de México, ahora puedan ser atendidos aquí.
Wherever you may be and at your own convenience, you can now access our services through our social media platforms. RFNG Life is pleased to introduce our new LifeBot service. Request a quotation, make premium payments, speak to a customer service representative, and more from right where you are in the palm of your hands. Visit our website or Facebook page or WhatsApp us at 671-5143 to try out our new LifeBot service today. RFNG Life Insurance, the life company.
This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan.
The Benny's Belize Hurricanes are your 2024 BEBL champions. The organization secured its fourth chip on Friday night inside the Belize City Civic Center, that is. They are now the organization with the most championships in Belize. The Hurricanes defeated the Belize City Defenders in a controversial 5-game series that saw 6 games being played. Depending on who you ask, The series ended in a tie, with both teams winning 3 games. But technically, the third game was replayed, and even though the Belize City Defenders won that game, it was their second and last win in the finals series. Hurricanes fans showed out in numbers for a win-or-go-home match that resulted in the Defenders' season-ending defeat with a score of 69 points to the Hurricanes' 89 points. We spoke with members of the championship team immediately after the victory.
This year was a little different than last year. We had a lot of more ups and downs. Even I left for a little bit, came back. I wanted to finish what I started. And we stuck this one out. We had a lot of guys who was hungry this year. And we kept trying, man. We kept getting better this year. And we stuck this shit through, man. Or this stuff through, and we pulled it out.
Let's talk a bit about what this one means to you.
It means great, because it means a lot more. It means a lot to Gilly. You know, Gilly always won it. Since I came, he won the 4th one. And I told him, beginning of the season, we're going to do our best to get it, to make sure that happened.
What does it mean for you to play for an organization that has now won the most championships in the league?
It means great. Everybody in that team means a brotherhood to me, you know. From the coaching staff to Amar, who's the youngest guy in the team, everybody was a brotherhood. That was something that we were supposed to be doing anyway, but I'm happy that we finished it right away.
Four championships for a team like the Hurricanes in the city center, that's huge. I mean, but we got to give credit to God. We got to give credit to our opponents, the defenders. They came out and gave us a run. Big up to their coaching staff, big up to all the players, big up to the MVP, Nigel Jones. They gave the fans what they wanted. So they came in here and they put on a show. Game 5, I mean, anybody's game. You know, big congrats.
What was your mindset coming into this one, knowing that it was all on the line?
Well, it's game 5. I mean, we're going to war. We got to finish. So we got to get it at all costs. Whatever needs to get done, we got to get it done.
And that's the news. Do remember that the 55th Annual General Meeting of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union commences immediately after tonight's newscast at 7 p.m. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com on both our Facebook and YouTube. I'm Elise Gayon Vernon, and from all of us here at Channel 5, have a good night.